Welcome back to another Python tutorial for beginners. In this video, we'll be exploring the world of expressions, type conversions, and some examples to make it easy to understand. Let's start with expressions. You already know that we can add numbers together, but did you know that we can also add strings? Take a look at this. See how we combine 4 strings using the plus operator. This allows us to create longer, more complex sentences by adding individual words or phrases together. Now let's talk about type conversions. As we've seen in our previous video, Python automatically converts integers to floats when necessary. Let's put Python to the test and add an integer and a float. Wow, it worked without any issues. You might be wondering, how's that possible, since integers and floats are different data types? Well, there's a lot going on behind the scenes in Python. When we try to add the two values, the interpreter automatically converted the integer 7 to a float 7 before carrying out the addition operation. This process is called implicit conversion, where Python automatically converts one data type to another without needing to be explicitly told to do so. But what if we want to convert a number to a string? Here we use the str function to convert the number 42 into a string. This is called explicit conversion, where we manually convert a data type to another. Let's try another example. Let's say we want to calculate the area of a triangle, which is written as area equals half times base times height. Now let's show this in Python. Let's define the base, height, and area variables. Alright, things are getting a little bit more complex. So let's take a moment to unpack this to make sure everything makes sense. As shown on the screen, we define the base and height variables with numbers, and we are calculating the area of a triangle with these numbers. And when printing it, we are adding it to a string. To do this, we need to call the str function to convert a number into a string. Let's execute it and check out what happens. The area of a triangle is 9.0. A number got converted to a string and printed together with the message. Woohoo! I'm sure we're having fun. But what if we have a string that represents a number and we want to convert it to an actual number? We can use the int or float function depending on the type of number we want to convert to. Check this out. By using these functions, we can convert strings that represent numbers to actual numbers, allowing us to perform mathematical operations on them. Finally, let's look at combining numbers and strings in one sentence. Remember, we need to convert the number to a string first before we can add it to a string. This is pretty neat. Just don't forget to add spaces to each word, otherwise the computer will run them all. And there you have it. We've covered expressions, type conversions, and some examples to make it easier to understand. Now it's your turn to practice and solidify your knowledge.